Welcome to H2B TV. On this episode, we meet up with our girl Bevlove to hear about her latest EP, Letters, and recap the release party at Simplified Clothing's flagship store. We also dropped in on Real Ghosts in their Core City practice space and shot them rehearsing one of our favorites, Wrongs of Spring. Up first, Kendall Waterman and Holly Johnson descend upon a recent Haute to Death and catch up with Priscilla from the basement, while Holly plays telephone with Detroit's most mysterious art and fashion project, Paid Actor.
Hey guys, welcome to Haute to Death. It is the first episode of H2D TV. We got a great show lined up for you tonight. We got Paid Actor, which blurs the lines between art and fashion, and we're gonna be talking to the Basement, the hottest new vintage store in Detroit. Let's check it out. So let's talk about this a little bit. Clothing tells the story of a generation, of a political agenda, of society. And clothes are that agent of change that people look to express how they're adjusting to society. When I was a kid, clothing was what I used to express myself. It was very much in that sort of culture of properness. We went to etiquette classes, we threw makeup parties. It was all about being as proper and appropriate as possible. So into my teens, I did everything I could to throw that off and to be as different as possible. I wanted to be comfortable, but to not remember what I was wearing as soon as I put my clothes on. That was the goal. I wanted to be effortless, but in reality, I was being incredibly selective about the way I chose to adorn myself. Now, years later, I realized that careful intention has evolved into my personal style today. I mean, honestly, whatever people think about you, however people choose to think of you, you get to dictate what they know about you by what you put on your body. And that's personal style. So up next, I'm going to pass you to my girl Holly, who's going to be talking to Paid Actor.
Hey, what's up? I'm Holly. I'm here with a very special and integral person, group, fixture, involved with the art, design, and fashion community of Detroit. I'm here with Paid Actor. I have a really good story about Paid Actor. So, I play in a band. And one day I really wanted to wear something special for our show. So I called up Paid Actor and I said, hey, could you help me out with this? And I went to her place and totally sewed fabrics that were found around the home onto my body. I ended up looking like a badass bohemian knight in shining fabric. I could not get over it. So I wanted to see what Paid Actor was up to, so I called him up on the phone to see what's going on. Hey, so like the first time we met, I thought of this exotic bird and I can't quite place it. If you were a bird, what would you be?
The parrot that gave me history in the backyard of my grandmother's rose garden in Bulgaria.
we were just talking about this, about how we would dress more masculine because it was comfortable and it pushed that boundary.
Yeah, like when you're a kid.
Yeah, yeah.
And you wanna like do all the things that your parents hate.
Right,
so, like,
exactly.
You're a girl dressing in guy clothes.
You're gonna be
because
wearing
that's
these
how you're
baggy
feeling about it.
pants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You're like, no. Like, do not put me in a box. No, I'm
Exactly.
not.
Especially as a kid, when you have everything pumping through your brain
Yeah,
and all that
yeah.
creativity. Yeah. And they just want to put you in a box.
Yes. Okay, so
So I'm like, all right, I got this idea. Like, let me wear this see-through onesie with a skirt and then chains.
I need to see this outfit. I hope
wish
you
I
have
had a photo.
pictures. No, one day I will see
One
photos.
day.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's mainly like I dressed like that for a party and I was like, wow, this is actually really cool and it brings your whole outfit to like a different level.
Yeah.
You could be wearing something you wore to work that day, but if you had a chain, like a harness, it turns it into a
It
whole
changes
different
the
look.
language of the
Yes.
look.
Exactly.
Yes.
Do we all give our own answer here?
I feel yeah.
I think it would be like
Let's see if they.
some sort of John Carpenter movie, probably like traditional Escape from New York or Escape from LA, just because I feel like a lot of the synth sounds we use are very reminiscent of those 80s like big patch synths that are ethereal and like dark, and it's all pretty minimal but evokes like a pretty dark and rushed sense of emotion from people.
I feel like mixed with hackers.
Stylistically.
Stylistically. But just like how we wish.
Pretty much how we
Also,
wanna look all the
yeah,
time.
like love.
Yeah.
And then, oh man, Mulholland Drive maybe?
Oh, totally.
Keep it
Yeah.
spooky.
Yeah.
Something spooky. I'm
Just
gonna go
like
with the
eerie.
Lynch, but something a little eerie, a little spooky, a little disconcerting. But,
Would you guys score a movie? That would be kind of sweet.
I would love
That would be
that.
so fun.
Yeah.
Wow.
That would definitely be a goal of mine.
you know,
Will you guys make a movie?
You got what you wanted, you know, when I was younger, I just always felt like I was gonna be a star. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was little, everybody would just tell me I would be a star. And like you just get to a certain point where it's like, okay, is that your parents just being good parents telling you that you're special, or are you actually special?
So, one more time, let me hear it from Bevlove!
I feel like there's a lot of anxiety, a lot of just comparing yourself to others, a lot of undue stress. And I think that if we could communicate, if you had that one-to-one, or if you had somebody you could just go to and just spill it out and let that wall down, you know, not letting the pressures from society or your parents or whatever get to you. Like if you just take that and turn that into love instead, that you could really like just achieve whatever you wanted. The most important song, I think, is Mean It. Ooh, or Little, I don't know. The most important song is the single, Carried Away, Drop That. I don't know. I mean, they're all pretty good. They all have their different moods, but I would say with Mean It, for me, it was important. Like I wrote that to my parents and didn't let them hear it until the album came out. And it's just like, you know, being a millennial who's, in some people's eyes, has lived a charmed life, even though, you know, there were times when I was in school and slept on the couch for a whole semester and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff that people may not know, but I did have a mom, I did have a dad, you know what I'm saying? I did have a whole support system, I still do. And, you know, when you have that, just that idea of you being, you know, when I was younger, I just always felt like I was gonna be a star. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was little, everybody would just tell me I would be a star. And like you just get to a certain point where it's like, okay, is that your parents just being good parents telling you that you're special, or are you actually special? You know what I'm saying? And how do you pay them back for having your back for all of these years? So I think that's why that song is like the most important to me, like just to get that out, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I'm gonna make it. You don't have to worry about that, you know?
I'll make you forget it, baby. I'll save you with my love. The only one you trust. Make it a little better, baby. Make this a forever, baby. Make it a little better, baby. This song is an anthem. Thank you so much. Thank you, Simplified, Andrew, Vince, Justin. Thank you so much. Thank you to my sister. Antisha Love. Her name is Antisha. Everybody know her as Bev's sister. Hot Beth. Thank you. Thank you.
Getting down, with our bad selves is really a good time.
Yeah, it's a good time. We love the Haute to Death events.
Yeah?
Yeah, we love them. It's cool.
What do you love about them?
I just like that, it's very inclusive. You meet a lot of, eclectic people and different people from different backgrounds and everything all come together in Detroit, so we dig it, for sure. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I love them too. Yeah. Thanks so much.